Good evening, viewers and listeners, and welcome to another edition of Serving the People, brought to you every Wednesday evening at 6:30 on SVG TV Channel 9, here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I am your host, Mrs. Anissa Batiste. In this evening's program, I bring to you a brief production that was done by me in Barbados, where I put together some reports from an experience I had there where I attended the first ever Young Women's Training Institute in Transformational Leadership for Gender Justice for the Caribbean. It was offered by the Caribbean Institute for Women in Leadership, CWIL, and the project was sponsored by the United Nations Women. Now, take a look at this production, and I hope you enjoy it. Anissa Batiste for Serving the People, and I'm standing in the UN House in Hastings, Christchurch, Barbados. It has been my pleasure to be the part of a one-week residential component of a CWIL Transformational Leadership for Gender Justice in the Caribbean Young Women's Institute training. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I can tell you, it has been a rewarding experience for me. You all know my interest. I'm a politician, I'm your servant. All about protecting, advocating for the protection of inalienable human rights. And I want to tell you that the Caribbean Institute for Women in Leadership, CWIL, has really offered me a great opportunity to be exposed to ideas and understanding about transformational leadership, which is absolutely necessary for our society today. So, listen to all these great women talk about their experiences from all around the Caribbean, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, yours truly, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And may you, young women out there at home, be inspired to take up leadership positions more and more as we seek to ensure that we are all involved in ensuring that our country is transformed together. All the best. Take care.
My name is Kenithia Douglas. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, but I live in Tobago. What I thought of the program, I thought the program was very much transformational. It really touched my life. It really created some thought-provoking moments, and it really inspired me to see things differently and to have a different perception on how I go about my leadership roles back home. I really do want to extend a heartfelt and deepest, sincerest thank you to CWIL for this Young Women's Training Program. It has been amazing, it had been fun, it had been a learning experience, very informative, and I definitely see where our inaugural group will go on further in their own separate countries, but also collectively, to make a difference, to make a change, to really stand out and do what we came here to learn to do, and this is to be transformational leaders. So again, thank you CWIL, thank you Tamara, thank you Asha, you've been great, loved you all, you know, we's all about you. So, you know, I just feel so excited, so overwhelmed, so full, and I know that when I go back I'm going to be doing great things, and that I am definitely going to be making some waves back into it, so look out for that. Bye.
Hi, I'm Vancia Head from Antigua, Barbuda. I am currently the diocesan youth worker for the Anglican Church, as well as the president of YWCA Antigua. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks especially to Asher and Tamara for a great job, very supportive. I'm so happy to have met some really wonderful women during this past week. And I've learned so much, not just from the facilitators, but from the other sisters. And I really hope we keep in touch, and because we can really benefit from each other. We can in terms of resources, in terms of just the support especially. I'm hoping that in the future we'll have another program, perhaps just to follow up on what we've done between. And I look forward to great things. Really looking forward to great things. Thanks.
My name is Edith Smith. I am from Trinidad and Tobago. I live in Trinidad. and I am a banker by profession, and I thought the training was excellent. It was necessary, and it really provided that leadership know-how for young women in the Caribbean. And thanks to CWIL, I mean, we really have to be thankful to CWIL because we lack these institutions that really cater for the needs of other persons that cannot be accessed otherwise. I am truly, truly thankful to CWIL. So CWIL, thank you. But I hope that they don't stop here and that it continues. I mean, we were the first, and I hope we are definitely not the last. But it has been excellent. I can say now that I am a transformational leader, thanks to CWIL.
Today, I am privileged to attest to the life-transforming experience that I have received from this, the first Young Women's Institute. Under the tutelage of passionate and inspiring leaders, I am leaving today as a young female who is mobilized to address and implement many of the crippling issues which continue to plague our countries. This week has truly emphasized the dire need for change, and it has indeed been a catalyst in transforming my capacity as a leader, who is now inspired to make a tangible difference within my country. Kudos to CWIL for delivering an excellent program. Tamara and Asha, thank you so much. And a hearty thank you to all our facilitators for igniting our unquenchable flame of passion and commitment. And leading on the words of Dr. Wilshire, we together commit to making a difference.
Completed the training from CWIL, the Advanced Leadership Training, and it was an amazing experience. First of all, we had lots of fun, but most importantly, we learned a lot about being female leaders and how to transform not only our nations, our communities, but also our region and even our world. So I just want to say thanks to CWIL for, putting on this training program and allowing us to be a part of it, to really give us the tools, the confidence that we need to be transformational leaders. Thank you.
Kira Paul, I'm from Dominica, but I'm currently living in Barbados, trying to pursue and complete a PhD in social policy. My passion is community involvement and volunteerism, and trying to get women involved and get the public aware of the impact of women's commitment to volunteerism. My research interest is in social capital and crime, looking at the impact of social capital and crime, and I think that these professional as well as personal goals are intertwined, because if we can make a difference in the lives of people when we address the social issues, but it's also important to bring in an aspect of gender sensitization, and this is why I think this program was very beneficial to me, because it opened up my mind, and it was a mind-changing experience, I should say, rather, to realize that research as well as practice. They are not isolated. They should actually be merged. But in everything, there is a need for persons to be gender sensitive, especially where women are concerned, as we all strive to fight against the oppression of women. And of course, thanks to Cyril. Without Cyril, none of us would have been here. I would not have met the promising Prime Minister for St. Vincent. I would not have met so many sisters from across the island who share the same passion as I do. So, as I said, it was a mind-changing experience, and as a matter of fact, I'm shivering as I said that, because there are so many benefits besides networking, besides the knowledge that I have learned, besides this whole explosion of everything. This program just brought all of us together, and as somebody said before, we were destined to be there.
I'm Kumani Andrew, and I'm from Grenada. There, I work with abused children as a counselor. Cyril's program was really rewarding. It was a rewarding experience for us due to the fact that we got to meet so many like-minded individuals. We uplifted each other, you know, and as fast as the time progressed on, what we got to see was that the group transcended into one. 20 persons, but all of us together as one. And really and truly the experience was something that I will never forget. It has marked me, it has developed me, it has allowed me, as we were learning, to sort of transform and to transcend into the leaders that we know we can be. And hopefully, well not hopefully, but we know that that will surely create an impact in our economies and also the regional terrain. Thank you very much, Cyril.
Hi, my name is Shaki Cornwall, and I'm from the island of Grenada. And I am one of the participants of the Civil Young Leaders Training Program. And initially, coming for me was based on a lot of expectations that I had, because I really, as a young person in leadership, oftentimes I feel, you know, overwhelmed, trying to find your place in terms of how do I fit into the whole scheme of things, understanding that as a younger person sometimes it's difficult to, you know, to really form the relationships that you need with older persons, and, you know, coming with the expectation that I'm going to get the tools, the techniques to really, you know, maneuver through that systems and that terrain that exists in Grenada. And I feel really confident that coming has introduced me to so many different skills, so many different tools and techniques, that I feel empowered, really empowered to make a difference, empowered to impact my community, impact my society on a whole, and not necessarily limited to my own little community, but further and beyond. And I'm really proud that I've been able to be introduced to so many new concepts, theories that just expanded my whole view in terms of, as a leader, what I can do. And a lot of times as a woman we feel limited, we feel restricted, we feel put into a box in terms of what I can and cannot do. And Civil has just showed, you know, a whole new way of just moving forward, and I'm really grateful for them. And I'm really grateful that they took the time to invest in me, because the investment is tremendous, and I'm really happy that they did.
Hi, my name is Claytine Nisbet, representing Antigua and Barbuda. Hi, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm very happy to be here. SeaWorld training was excellent, and for me, what it did, I grew up, I spent most of my life in the States, though born in Antigua, so it had me really realize who I was as a Caribbean woman. It empowered me, and it made me know that empowerment is not only, it's something that I was innately born with, and I just need to tap into. So I'm excited about going back to Antigua and doing work there, and not only in Antigua, but doing work regionally. Thank you. Thank you, Cyril.
Hi everyone, my name is Tamara Huggins, and I'm with Civil Antigua and co-coordinator for the Young Women's Transformational Leadership Training Institute.
Okay, Tamara, can you tell us what Civil is all about?
Civil started off as a very small network of women concerned about the representation of women in leadership positions throughout the Caribbean, and it's grown to be a network of female leaders and grassroots organizing, political leadership, all forms of community-based leadership throughout the region concerned about strengthening support, training, research, and transformational leadership, sort of theorizing throughout Caribbean to pursue an agenda for gender equality in leadership and to pursue a broader agenda for gender justice in all forms of society and social development.
Okay, what can you say to the Vincentian public, where I'm from, about the kind of support that CWIL can offer to young women who are aspiring to political leadership, for example?
Right, and political leadership is of course one of the key areas where we see in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and throughout the Caribbean, women are largely underrepresented. We know that we have a history of strong male leaders in our country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines being one of those. But we also know that there are women who are capable, competent, and strong, who can do this work and who want to show themselves as leaders and decision makers in the important processes that affect their lives as well. So the support that CWIL generally provides is through our training institute, which helps to strengthen sort of your capacities and capabilities to perform and function as leaders. Although it takes from your skills that you already have, we recognize that women have already been leading in their respective fields. Women already have tools and strength and support from various networks, but we want to bring them together in a way to sort of give that mentorship, to give a broader perspective on how impactful their leadership can really be if they apply certain principles and certain ideas that are really focused on community and society and bringing about a transformative social change. CWIL is not really interested in just numbers for numbers' sake, although we do know that the numbers need to change, but it's about bringing about a different kind of leadership that I'm sure the people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines would be happy to see, whether regardless of what party we're speaking of or regardless of what organization we're speaking of, but a different form of leadership that is people-centered, that focuses on justice, equality, accountability, transparency, and looking at leaders who show self-respect and mutual respect to each other. It's about changing the culture of politics in our region. It's about letting go of the backbiting, the infighting, sort of where people have lost that trust and that faith in their leadership, and sort of giving support to women who carry forward a transformational agenda for their societies. They carry forward a different sort of platform that people have been telling us throughout the region. That's what they want to see. They want more from their leaders. They expect more because they're giving more in their lives. They're working harder, they're working longer hours, they're doing more to have to provide for their families. Their contributions that citizens are making continue to grow with the changes in our political economy. So therefore we want the contributions that our leaders to give to also change and to grow in a transformational way.
Thank you very much, Tamara.
You're welcome.
And all the best to CWIL.
Thank you, and all the best to you.
Hello, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My name is Asha Challenger, and I am one of the co-facilitators of this Young Women's Training Institute offered by CWIL. We were so happy to be able to welcome women from all over the region, including Anissa Baptiste, who definitely represented well for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we all shared, we all learned from each other. CWIL is all about ensuring a different kind of leadership. We in the Caribbean have been we all know that there are the goods and the bads, but we definitely want to look at a new way of leadership, and we feel that adding women's voices, our stories, our experiences to this is integral in ensuring that we transform our Caribbean societies. I definitely want to encourage for instance, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, young women in particular, to think about
the way that we're raised, the way we're socialized, and challenge those. We as women have incredible perspectives, incredible things to offer to leadership, whether it be leadership in parliament, leadership in your school, in your workplace, in your homes, within your families, within your friends, sports organizations, among your social groups. They are all opportunities for us to transform and to create a better Caribbean for us all. So definitely, I want to thank Anissa for being a part of this and for giving us the opportunity to speak to people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder.
I even say to be skeptical.
Raise me up.
Yes, my dear viewers, there I've shown to you the testimonials, as it were, of some of the participants. There were 20 of us at that training, and it lasted for 3 weeks, but we did 2 weeks online, that's on the internet, and 1 week residential component in Christchurch, Barbados. We attended classes every day at the United Nations House in Hastings, Christchurch, Barbados, and we stayed at the Pomerine Hotel in the same area. I wish to take this opportunity to thank all of the facilitators at this training program. We had persons like Dr. Rosina Wiltshire, Cynthia Barrow-Giles, Dr. Kamala Kempadu, Dr. Gabrielle Hussein, Dr. Tonya Haynes. We also had Gabriella Henson, Marsha Cadell, and other persons from UN Women and other agencies who shared their experiences with us, who gave us information in different aspects. We looked at things like political economy. We talked about the issue of transformational leadership, what it is about, gender justice. We talked about the whole experiences of women in leadership and what is expected from us, what we should be striving for in terms of justice and equality in our various societies around the Caribbean. It was a very enriching experience. We had chances to interact with our Caribbean sisters in leadership in the Caribbean. As you can see, there were participants from countries such as Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, myself, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada. And they all had wonderful experiences, as you could have heard from the different reports that were given in that brief video. I want to also thank the different persons with whom we interacted. You know, we had interaction with the staff at UN House, interaction with the staff at the hotel. We made friends, we established contacts, and so it was a very important experience for me as a young woman in politics and leadership in the Caribbean to meet fellow young women within the region and to interact with them and to foster that kind of integration as we shared our experiences, our challenges, and our hopes for the future for our respective countries, as well as for the region, the Caribbean region to which we all belong. So I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what my recent experience was like, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now let me tell you that if you wish to contact CIWIL, that's the Caribbean Institute for Women in Leadership, you may log on to their website. It's www.ciwil.org. That is www.ciwil.org. And there you would find information about CWIL, what it does, when it was started, information about this same program which has ended, but news about previous programs. I know, for example, that CWIL was instrumental in offering support, training, and assistance to the women who participated in elections in St. Lucia recently. And this is the kind of work that CWIL often engages in, recognizing the importance of encouraging women to go forward in participative politics, because in the region, in the Caribbean, and I could share some of these statistics with you in a later program or a future program, we do not have very many women involved at that level in parliament, in politics. Even right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in our House of Parliament, we have, I think, about 21 members, and only 3 of them are women. 1 elected member, 1 senator, and the Attorney General, as you know. So we still have a long way to go in terms of increasing the participation of women at this level. And this is what is being encouraged around the region and indeed around the world by the United Nations and other agencies who have interest in gender equality and development. So here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we are on our way. We've started. You know that I, Anissa Batiste, I used to be in the parliament until recent times. However, my interest has not in any way decreased. I am still working for the people. I'm still working in my community, in my constituency, and here for you through this program. And you can look forward to hearing more from me about my plans and my intentions with respect to participative politics. And you can look forward to seeing more of me in this arena, because I know that I have a great contribution to make to you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I am just so grateful for organizations like CWIL, who have positioned themselves, or who has positioned itself to lend the kind of support and assistance to persons like myself. A very special hello to my Caribbean sisters from this program. I know you'll be seeing this program online on my YouTube channel, Thusia Nisa, that's THUSIANESIA, and I will post it on my Facebook page as well for your information. Thanks again to everyone who made it a memorable experience. Thank you, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, for tuning in and for viewing this program. Remember, we come to you every Wednesday evening at 6:30 on SVG TV, that's Channel 9, our local television station. And for those of you in the diaspora, you can always view these programs on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, which is also advertised. Until our next program, may you continue to look out for each other. May you continue to serve each other, for this is what good governance and development of nation is about, serving the people. I'm your host, Anissa Batiste.